If you can make this sound, literal gold, wham, pouring out of the screen, you never see them in the same place. Hey guys, it's Jim Chandler with Rock Your Best Vocals back again for another How to Sing Like. Today we're going to look at Eddie Vedder, how to sing like Eddie Vedder. What we're going to do is listen to some isolated vocal tracks, explore those particular techniques and those styles that make Eddie sound like Eddie. And let me reiterate, when I do these, it's not so you go off and sound like him, but if you want to do, start a Pearl Jam cover band or something like this, hopefully this will help you. The point is to put these kind of techniques and these tools and these little tricks in your toolbox that will help your voice to get to that next level. Also, if you're a struggling singer, join my master vocal program down below, MVP. Click the link to find out a bit more about that. I give you all of my tips and tricks and everything in that 6-week online course that will help you, and this is everything that you need. But most importantly, in the first week we cover mindset. If you don't master your mind, you won't do any course, you won't follow through with the course, you won't become your best self out of all of this. So learning how to incorporate this into your identity is very important. That's why I added it to my course. Check the link down below. Also, there's a free course down below if you want to check that out. Let's get on with it. Eddie Vedder. If you do like the video, the like button on the subscribe button and ding the notification bell. Bing! Extreme value I'm giving to you guys here. All you have to do is hit those 3 little buttons and gold will be flying at you. Okay? Like literal gold is going to be wham, pouring out of the screen at you. Literally. Like, so take it. It's free. Thank you. First, I want to say, if you can make this sound, quintessential sort of Eddie Vedder tone. How we get that is, if you can make that sound, I'm accentuating that because if you start from a kind of an over accentuated, you can always dial it back. But that's why it's good to kind of learn different voices and kind of over accentuate stuff. And how we get that is I've got my tongue kind of making almost a it's up kind of curled up like this at the kind of sort of back. There's the roof of my mouth. Make that sound. Let's get on with Eddie Vedder. If you can go you can sound like Eddie Vedder. Let's do it.
Sheets of empty canvas, untouched sheets of clay, early spread out before me.
So let's look at that. Legs spread out before me. You hear that? Legs spread out before me. Yeah, even that a little bit of that. For me. A little bit of a, that's a cry technique. For me. Oh, for me. Eddie Vedder uses compression, okay? So a lot of really professional singers use that because what that does is give it, it's that power, okay? So that's how you get that full sound. So if you hear somebody who's not a professional singer, it's a dead giveaway because they're just singing that legs spread out before me, and real kind of passive legs spread out before me. But you get that compression sound in there. Legs spread out before me. And that, it's kind of going into that. Almost reminds me of Cher a little bit. If you guys are familiar with Cher, it was kind of, do you believe in life after love? Life after love? Cher, Eddie Vedder, you never see them in the same place at the same time. Eddie Vedder or Cher fans, chill out. I'm not comparing, I'm not criticizing. Relax. Let's get on with it. Legs spread out. I keep going like this. You don't have to go. It's not Sean Connery. Legs spread out before me, for me. Okay, let's move on, Jim.
As her body once did.
As her body once did.
Oh, five horizons.
He also had that good kind of low glottal. Her, low. You hear that? Her, oh, five horizons. Oh. Try that with me, everybody. Even you. I'm watching you. Oh. What you do there is just kind of take a deep breath like you're jumping underwater. And then like you're just letting a little bit of, letting the tiniest little bit of air out. Bubbly kind of, oh, five horizons. Oh, if you just keep doing that, if it's not smooth, just keep doing it. I didn't start out smooth when I was doing that either. And I'm sure like whoever started trying to learn that technique isn't. So if it's not working directly, keep doing it. That same line over. Hola, hola, hola. Anytime I'm learning kind of a new part of my voice to implement a technique of a fry or something like that into it, you'll have to do it multiple times. Just stick with it. You have to know that you can do it, know that you can get it, and just keep at it. Keep working at it. Like it's just the repetition will build that muscle memory, and it'll soon be like just second nature, just like walking, riding a bike, whatever. All the five horizons. Okay, let's move on to the next part.
Revolved around her song as the earth to the sun. Now the air I tasted and breathed. Yeah.
And you can hear he's doing that compression. Now the air I tasted and now the air I. The reason why you can tell that's he's compressing there is the beginning of the line is now the air. So again, with that compression, if you just take enough air in, like you're going to jump underwater, hold your breath, and that relaxes your larynx. You want to keep that nice, relaxed larynx. That's why we do that. So, now the air I taste, air I taste. So you can just let that, it kind of like punches out. It gets a really nice, crisp, like hitting the notes, real kind of staccato. If you hit the piano, if you hit a piano key really soft, you're like, bling. If you really push it down, it's like that percussive start to the line. So that's why we do that compression. It gives a nice, good, powery kind of, and you don't have to be loud when you do that. Air I taste, but it just, now the air I taste instead of now the air I. So let's go back.
It's taking a turn. Tasted and breathe. Earth to the sun. Now the air I tasted and breathe.
So you can hear it instead of going now the air, now the air, now the air I taste and I breathe. It's a real good punch at the beginning of those, right? Really good out of the gate sound on those, and that's what sounds really good to sound like a professional singer.
Oh, I know she gave me all that she wore, and now my bitter hands Shake beneath the clouds of what was everything. All the pictures sad, all been washed in black, tattooed everything.
You can hear there also how he's holding that at the picture part.
All the pictures sad.
All the pictures it might have been to control the plosive, but it's also a good way to sustain not only your voice by not pushing out too much air, but also sustaining that air helps you to sustain a note. Okay. All the pictures there, all the pictures there. So try that where you're just going bit pictures there. Let's go to one of the more kind of challenging kind of where he really gets into it.
And twisted thoughts that spin.
So what he's doing there is he's again using that compression. He's pushing it up through his kind of nasal cavity. He got good nasal resonance coming through there. And allowing the false folds to really vibrate. Okay, so the false vocal cords, the false vocal folds, which are just above your actual vocal folds here, but you get that false fry, which is you can do that all day long, won't ever hurt your voice as long as you're doing it in the right place. So what you start off with a clean, and you can just hear like kind of you can feel just the kind of top of the back of your throat just gargling a little bit. If you can make that noise. So I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but.
Round my head,
Round my head. That's that cry version. Cry. Hair. Try not to push too much air out after you let that little cry. And that's just by kind of holding back the air and compressing your abdomen like you're trying to push it out, but you're holding it back at the same time. Hence compression. That's what it is. At the end is where he kind of goes into that sort of ad-libby bit there, but I just want to kind of point out one part where he says, "Why?" Doing in that part is keeping his kind of jaw closed. Why? Why can it be? Can it be murder?
can it be
And at the end, he just lets out and push a little bit more air kind of up through the. You can hear that. Push a little bit more air up through the nasal cavity. So let's move on to Evenflow now, where you can see that those same techniques he's using across the board, and those are just basically parts of how he sings that make him Eddie Vedder.
freezing? Rest his head on a pillow made of concrete.
Freezing, rest his head on a pillow made of concrete.
Oh, feeling maybe he'll see a little better Saturdays.
Oh, feeling, maybe he'll see a little better Sunny days. A little better Sunny days. You can hear that compression. You hear that real forward placed sound, just like the Make sure you don't think about your chords opening. Keep a nice tight chord closure. It's probably even best just to sing it without that fry, and then just dial in as much fry as you want, okay? Always start off clean. That way you know what clean, tight, good chord closure sounds like and feels like. And then also then you start to go, if you do that sound, that's what that false chord fry sounds like a button. You push the button.
Oh, we don't know.
Oh, we don't know. You let that little bit of air out before you can tighten up. Oh, we don't know.
He'll begin his life again. Life again.
He'll begin his life again. A little bit of cry. Life again. A little bit of cry with a little bit of that false vocal fold. Okay, guys, so I think that packs all of the kind of little Eddie Vedder tricks and tips and nuances and things like that, all of his little quirks into one video so you guys can implement these into your singing. If it did help, please leave a comment down below. Any questions or anything, I try to get to all the comments and questions. And again, if you did like it, please hit like and subscribe and ding the notification bell because that will help you to see more of these. It also helps the algorithm so other people can see the video, and like it kind of just gets everyone to help learn and grow and expand their voice and to rock their own best vocals. So thank you very much for watching again, guys. Rock your best vocals where your best keeps getting better. Thank you.